Hello! We're doing our road trip again today. We do it every weekend as much as we can. And then today we're going to Bonn for the cherry blossoms. But I'm not going to talk about our trip today. I'm going to talk about our trip last summer. That was our first family road trip. And it was fun, exciting, stressful, and what else? That was a great adventure for the Hilger family. So, here's our first family road trip here in Europe. We had our first family road trip last summer when my husband's best friend invited us for his wedding in Vienna. That was a long trip. That was a long drive. So I asked my husband if we can do stopovers, stay in a city overnight, and then explore the city a little bit, and then the next day headed to Vienna. So the plan was, first we stay overnight in Bamberg. Bamberg is the Venice of Germany, and then went to Vienna. After that we went to Salzburg. Salzburg is where they did the Sound of Music, and then from there we went to Mondsee. After Mondsee we proceeded to Heidelberg. So that was the last stop before we headed back home. That wasn't easy for our toddler because of course he had the transition period. The environment was new to him. We just got here from Beijing, so it was a little bit uncomfortable for him. We had to drive long, so we had to stop every 2 hours, look for a playground, and stretch a little, fed him, and calm him. So if you have a toddler and you're planning to do a long road trip, please make sure that you have lots of food, you have lots of coloring book or something that could entertain him, and of course something to drink. One good thing about driving here in Germany is that they have places where you can stop and use the toilet because there are toilets. Some even have restaurants, coffee shops, and playgrounds. So if you have your kids with you, you can stop there and play with them in a short while, and then you can go back to driving. When we went to Bamberg, the road was free. I mean, the highway was literally free, and it was a wide highway. And I saw only, 1-2 cars, and that's it. So I asked my husband, where were the other trucks? Where were the other cars? How come we're the only ones who are traveling? And then he said, oh, it's Eurocup, so everybody's glued on their TV. Everybody's home. Here in Germany, the world stops whenever there's a football match. So I was really amazed that, even the towns, they look like ghost towns. No one was out. When we did our road trip, we didn't have hotel or hostel reservations. I know we're parents and we have a toddler, right? So we should have done it. But we didn't have enough time, and it was hard for us because we just came from China. So we just hit the road and then prayed that we could get a room along the way. We checked some hostels, and bed and breakfasts along the way, but they were quite pricey for us, so we checked Airbnb and we found one in the city center, so we called the owner and booked it right away. That was the first time that we did Airbnb, and I was impressed. The room was clean, it was comfortable, and it was close to the tourist spots in the city. So it was walking distance to all the places where we wanted to go. We were lucky, and then in the evening the parking was free. In the morning, the owner just told us that there's another parking nearby, a cheap parking nearby, so we just had to move our car there so we don't have to pay a lot. Because, here in Germany, if you go to the city, the parking fee is expensive. Bamberg is a town in the Bavarian region of Germany, and many of the tourist spots there are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The town was very nice. No wonder that they considered that as the Venice of Germany. We roamed around the town in the evening when everybody was still busy watching football, so the town was almost empty. My toddler, my husband, Elmo, and I roamed around the streets. We went to the river and then checked the churches even if they were closed already. As soon as the football match was over, everybody was out in the streets partying, so that was fun. There were dancing and singing on the streets. My toddler got tired as well as my husband because he was driving all the time, so we decided to call it a night and then do the sightseeing in the morning. In the morning, we had to pack up our bags, brought them in the car, and then brought our car in the parking where the parking fee was cheap. What to do in Bamberg if you have only one day to roam around? Simple, just check the tourist spots that you think are the most interesting for you, and then go there, spend 1 hour for each spot, and that's it. Our first stop was the Bamberg's Old Town Hall, which is located in Ubier Bridge. According to history, it was built during 1386. I was very impressed. How did they build this a long time ago in the middle of the river? and the facade was really stunning. Then we walk along the river and look at the beautiful houses. They used to be the fishermen's houses. The next stop was the Bamberg Cathedral, or what they call the St. Peter's Cathedral. It was built during the 11th century and was completed during the 13th century. The style was like a combination of Romanesque and Gothic style, and it was really beautiful. Inside the cathedral, we saw the love tomb of Emperor Henry II with his wife Kunigunda, who died in the year 1024. I lighted a candle, prayed, and then we moved to the new residence's garden. It's where they have the Gallery of German Art and the State Library as well. We didn't go inside because we didn't have enough time, but we enjoyed looking at the roses because there were like thousands of roses in front of it. And we enjoyed walking around while my toddler enjoyed playing in the fountain. It was a short tour, but we saw a lot. We had the night tour and the day tour. Bamberg at night is very romantic, while Bamberg during daytime is very interesting. After drinking our coffee and had our snacks while enjoying this view, we headed to Vienna. So, bye-bye Bamberg. I hope that we can visit you again next time. You are really beautiful. So that was the first part of our summer road trip. The next stop would be in Vienna, so watch out for it, guys. This one goes out to my father as well, who likes adventures and traveling, but he couldn't do it a lot. So don't worry, Tatay, I will be your eyes, I will be your ears. Wherever I'll go, I'll share it with you. Happy birthday! And to you guys who took time watching this video, thank you so much. Till next time, choose!